Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about ways to get your students using the interactive whiteboard in your classroom in some exciting and amazing ways. Now, when you imagine yourself teaching, you're probably imagining something like this. You at the front of the room talking to the class while they sit and listen. But today I want to show you simple and effective ways that you can change this and engage your students with the best piece of technology in your classroom. These hands-on learning experiences are how our students build their understanding and show their learning. So let's go through some fun activities that take advantage of whatever interactive whiteboard you have to get your students motivated and excited and engaged in your lessons. Now, all the ideas that I'm going to be sharing with you today will be linked in the description below. So feel free to go through and browse these links in more detail later on. But for now, we're just going to do a quick snapshot of each tool so that you can get an idea of some creative ways that you and your students can use the interactive whiteboard. First of all, we're going to talk about virtual tours. Now, these are amazing opportunities for your students to experience different cultures, different countries, and environments from all around the world. We're going to start with 360 Cities. Now, this is an amazing resource. It is a collection of 360-degree photos that are shared by users. Also, part of this website is a resource called 360 Schools, which is designed for teachers to design their own curated guided tours where you can collect different 360-degree imagery together to form part of your lesson. You can also insert slides for questions in between each picture to keep your learners hooked. You're talking about 360 degrees. YouTube also has a page at vr.youtube.com. Here you can explore a range of 360-degree videos. Whilst you're watching these videos, you can drag and turn around 360 degrees like you would in Google Street View, for example. If you've got something specific in mind, you can simply search in YouTube and there is a filter option to choose 360-degree videos. Google also have several resources for virtual tours across their platforms, including Google Arts and Culture and in the Google Earth Gallery, which was formerly called Voyager. Here you can explore stories about environmental issues, climate change, and cultural preservation. Google also have an experiment called Access Mars. Here you can see a 3D replica of the Martian surface, which was recorded by NASA's Curiosity robot. You can also check out a range of other virtual tours, including Diagon Alley from Harry Potter, the White House, Buckingham Palace, the Great Wall of China, the list goes on. Another way to effectively use your interactive whiteboard in the classroom is by using it for live feedback. You can, for example, share photos of students' written work and encourage your students to offer their ideas and edit using the interactive whiteboard annotation tools. You could also display digital documents on the interactive whiteboard for the purposes of peer editing and encouraging students to reflect on each other's work and offer their suggestions. Google Workspace has a great suggestion tool that's worth checking out for Google Docs and Google Slides that your students will love. Next up is virtual manipulatives. Now, I would absolutely recommend these for maths lessons especially. You can do a quick Google search of virtual manipulatives for maths and you'll find all sorts of websites that offer this, but a few that I would recommend are in the description of this video. However, virtual manipulatives can span across other lessons, including letter join for handwriting and spelling shed for spelling. Following on from the virtual manipulatives, there's also a huge range of interactive whiteboard games designed by Top Marks, which are worth checking out as well. Another great way to use your interactive whiteboard is by modeling and using your board to write modeling answers and calculations and problem solving across many different classes. I found this especially useful for maths lessons, for problem solving, and for recording answers in reading lessons. Speaking of reading classes, your boards are also a great way to display text and images for those retrieval and inference type questions so that students can look at the pictures, at the text, retrieve information from the text and use evidence as clues to answer inference type questions. Now, while you might just be used to sharing lesson slides on your interactive whiteboard, you should also use it to display some student work as well. whether that's taking pictures of their written work using your device and displaying it on the screen, or if your students are using devices as well, using tools like AirPlay to mirror their screens to show on the board. This is a great way to foster dialogue about the work that they have done and possible ways that it could be changed to make it even better. Whether you're just getting started on a topic or perhaps you're wrapping up at the end of a unit, your boards can be used to create mind maps of a certain topic, and students can work together to display their learning in different sections using a mind map. And finally, I'm putting a link to some simulated historical events such as the moon landing, which are also excellent ways of engaging your students in your lessons. And this way they can follow along in real time during the world's most historic events. I hope you've taken away some useful ideas from today's video. Drop a comment in the comment section below to let me know how you got on. If you like this video, check out my most recent one here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.